Hi, welcome to this course. My name is Kazungu Duncan. In this course, I will be teaching you the basic introduction to computer. So this video is basically for a beginner. But before that, welcome to Teach Computer Academy. On this channel, I will offer you tutorials that will help you grow and understand computer. So in case you like to have such videos, feel very free to subscribe with the notifications on. Otherwise, let's go back to our course today. So my friend, as I've said, I'll be doing the basic introduction to computer. And my friend, I just want to define what a computer is. So a computer is an electronic device or machine that enables you to enter data. And this data, we call it input. Then it processes it using the central processing unit. In short, it is called CPU. Then store it in memory, of course. So we have two types of memories. We have random access memory, which is shortened as RAM, and read-only memory, which is shortened as ROM, and output the results, which is information. So my friend, it's just a basic definition, such that you have the input, then the input is being processed by the central processing unit. Then after the processing, you get to save it. You can store it on your disk, or you can now output it as information, maybe in form of print. So my friend, I've just given a simple illustration. For example, if you want to prepare tea, what do? You have milk, you have water, and you have tea leaves. So my friend, you put them on a sufuria, then you cook. So that cooking, this arrow shows the process that takes you to cook, right? So that cooking is the processing, which in our case is the CPU. Then after that, the output or the information we are talking about is tea. I hope you've understood the definition of a computer before we delve deeper into what we want to do. In case you have a question, feel very free to leave it down in the comments below. I will be very happy to respond to that very question. Now, let's look at the parts of a computer. We have two parts. We have the hardware and the software. So when we talk about the hardware, these are the parts of a computer that you can touch or feel, right? So for example, we have the CPU, the central processing unit. We have the monitor, we have the keyboard, we have the mouse, we have the printer, we have the scanner, and many more others. So anything on a computer, maybe a cable or something that you can touch or feel, that becomes the hardware. Then secondly, we talk about the software. The software now, these are the programs or the instructions given to a computer that perform specific tasks on a computer. For example, the Microsoft Windows. So for example, you have the Windows 7, Windows 8, and right now we are using Windows 10. So this, of course, the software, right? We also have Microsoft Word. We have also the Adobe Premiere Pro and many other software. So my friend, these are not tangible. These are, you cannot touch or you cannot feel them. They are programs or instructions given to a computer. So my friend, I hope you've understood that. Let's go to input devices. Now, data, which is our input or our instructions, are entered into the computer with the help of input devices. And there are two main input devices, that is the keyboard and the mouse. Now, the first image shows the keyboard, then the second image shows the mouse. And the keyboard involves the digits, it involves the letters, the punctuation marks, and many other keys. Then the mouse has three buttons. We have the left click, we have the right click, and we have the scroll bar, which also has a click. If you click and hold and drag, it drags on the screen and all that. I'll be showing you this deeper in another separate video, but I just wanted to show you the two inputs that are used to input data or instructions into a computer. Next, we have the processing data. Performing calculations, for example, or comparing data is called processing. Now, processing is the action that converts data into meaningful information. Remember, when you key in the data, it is meaningless. But then after processing happens in the central processing unit, my friend, you get a meaningful information. information. I've given you a simple chart here. You have from the input, which is our data, then it goes into the central processing unit where processing happens. Then after the processing, you can decide to store it on RAM, right, or ROM. So my friend, the difference between RAM and ROM is that RAM is used for temporal storage, right, and ROM is used for permanent storage. So you will save it on the ROM where it is not going to be edited or changed, right? So the processing can go to the storage, and the storage can now go back to processing, and all that. The process is in a circle. Then after processing, you can now get the output, and I've said the output can be in form of print if it is written. It can be in form of audio or something like a video. That is the output, or basically the information that you want. So this diagram is basically showing you how a computer works and the process that it takes for it to do or to calculate whatever you have input there. Let's go to the next slide. We are talking about storing data. So the data entered into a computer is stored on its hard disk, right? So the hard disk, CD-ROM, DVD-ROM, and pen drives are used to store information permanently. So the first image shows you the hard disk, right? Then the second image or the middle image shows you a CD-ROM, and then the third image shows you a pen drive, which is a flash disk. You can also have a memory card stick that can still do the same work. So I don't know if you're familiar with this, but then if you're not, I can create a separate video which will help you understand this. My friend, let's now lastly talk about the output devices. Now, after the processing has happened, of course, you need to output your information. And how can you do that? So we say the results given by computer after processing data is called output. So the output devices shows and displays or plays the result after the input has been processed. So the output devices include, for example, we have the monitor, we have the printer, we have the speaker, among many others. So the first image shows you a monitor, which will now show you what is happening on the screen so that you can understand what you are doing or what you are inputting, right? Then the middle image shows you a printer. After you've now typed or taken your photo or whatever you've been working on, now you will want to print. So you will use a printer, which is our second or the middle image. Then if it is something like audio or video, you will want now to hear the sound. So we have the speakers as an output device. So my friend, this has been a short and quick intro to a computer. I hope you've really taken something home. If you haven't, please, you can comment down in the comments below so that I can know how I can help you. But this is what I had for our today's class. I hope that it has been very much helpful to you. And if that is the case, feel very free to subscribe, and not only subscribe, my friend, ring that bell so that you do not miss any other future tips, tricks, or tutorials. My friend, I will be happy to hear a feedback from you. Please feel very free to drop me a comment. Having said that, I hope I will see you in my next video. Peace.